So, ladies and gentlemen, I've received a donation with the question of what about the question of values. Ayn Rand said, a value is something that you act to gain and or keep, and do I have any thoughts on the subject, basically. So let me segue to my statement via Leonard Peikoff. He said, I believe in Recollections about Ayn Rand or something like that, he said that he was talking to her while she was writing The Fountainhead. No. Atlas Shrugged, and she was writing Galt's speech, and she changed the wording from a value is that which you want to gain or keep. She changed it to a value is that which you act to gain or keep. And she said she changed it to action because she wanted to counteract the idea that you could just yearn for something, you want it all your life and call that a value. She wanted to disown that possibility. So she changes it to act to gain and or keep, and then Peikoff says you can have a situation where you're in a dictatorship, let's say, or you can't find a job, so you can't really act towards your value, but ultimately you should be taking some actions towards your value. So that's the end of what they've had to say about it. What I have to say is that sometimes it's hard to see to believe that you're going to be somewhere else in 5 years to get to your value, whatever it is, to go through engineering school or to get your own small store or whatever you're seeking. Every single day, I mean, that's pretty heavy. Weekly, let's say, you need to say to yourself, what have I done for my 5-year goal? I mean, you can't do something every day. Some days you just have to watch a movie and cry or something like that, but sometimes you can actually get up one morning and go to bed that night and have done something towards your goal, registered your business or did something like that. So value is something you act to gain and or keep, and the actions have to be spread across at least weeks or months, at least, for any value. Years if it's going to be a value that's really valuable to you. Choose a value for reasons you believe in and work towards it. Now, I started out wanting to be a college professor, and I ended up opening a grade school, and I'm fine with that because it worked out logically as time went on that I needed to be running a grade school. There were no college kids to teach. What would I teach these college kids who can't even write a paragraph? So my goals had to change several years into my project, and maybe yours will have to too. But you should choose something for your own happiness, something you value and want. If you think running your own business would be interesting, well, so be it. That's something that you should work towards, and that might require saving money up and stuff. But whatever, which might require years and years. So ask yourself, what have I done today to improve my situation? And every week or so, what have I done for my long-term value? And you will feel like Ayn Rand did walking down the street the day that she published or signed for Atlas Shrugged to be published. And she signed a no changes in my book contract, and the major publishers in New York were fighting over who gets to publish Atlas Shrugged, because they all knew it would be a nice long-term print contract to keep printing, and it would be a good seller. They were right about that, and Ayn Rand was sort of vindicated for the day, for her life actually, even though later on virtually nothing good was said in reviews. There was virtually nothing good, and some of it was vicious, and she was a little bit bewildered by that, I think. But back to the subject, on the day of publishing Atlas Shrugged, she was walking down the sidewalk in New York City with Leonard Peikoff, and she said, never give up what you want in life. The struggle is worth it. And that's the ultimate meaning of valuing, is to struggle really hard for a value you find extremely important, and then be vindicated. That's better than It's like the highest form of happiness. It's better than a daily feel-good happiness. Nothing stresses you out. You've got everything under control. You're mentally healthy. That type of happiness is one. But being vindicated after a project that takes years and years, that is a special reward.